guys, I'm Joanne with Quiet Waters Farm and Craft. I'm going to be making something a little bit different today. I'm actually going to be making some dog treats. One thing that I really can't make a whole lot for my sister and my brother-in-law is a lot of treats because they like doing that keto diet and they don't eat a whole lot of sweets, so they have dogs. Unfortunately, my sister and brother-in-law don't have any kids, but they have 3 dogs, 2 little teeny tiny dogs, and then a big dog. He is a pit bull and he's deaf, so I talk to him all the time, but he can't talk back to me, and my sister reminds me, Joanne, he can't talk, but I'm like, I don't care, I'm still gonna talk to him. Anywho, so one of the little dogs, her name is Elsie, the other one is Sylvanus. Well, Elsie, she recently had her tested a little over, I think it's been a couple years. She had her tested because she kept breaking out. Well, come to find out, she's allergic to a lot of foods and she just can't eat everything. So she can eat like dried fruit and a few other things. Like one of the vegetables that she can eat is a sweet potato. She can also have apples. So I found a recipe that has a sweet potato. It has applesauce, a couple eggs, which eggs help their coat, so that way helps with their shedding and makes their coat a little bit finer. So it's always good to give dogs eggs. And then we're going to use some wheat flour. This is whole wheat flour. You can use like the almond flour, but if your pet obviously has nut allergies, then you can't use that. So you can resort to wheat flour or possibly coconut flour. It's really up to you what you want to do. So I'm only going to use about a half a cup of this. Some of this is starting to get a little bit soft, so I wanted to use this up, but I'm going to peel all the skin off of it and get it chopped up a little bit, and I'm going to put it in the microwave for about 6 minutes so it gets soft. You can boil it on the stove, it's really whatever you want to do, but in the microwave it doesn't take so long. So I've already preheated my oven. Now the recipe calls for 350, but my oven gets really, really hot, so I actually turned mine down to 325. So when you're when you're baking, and if you can follow a recipe book and the guidelines that it tells you, like if it's 350, then cook it on 350. But if you know that your oven gets really, really hot, just take it down a notch, just like I do at 325. So I have that preheating. I'm going to get this peeled and chopped up in the microwave. Oh, I'm so sorry. I just ate dinner and I just totally burped. So anywho. Yeah, so I'm going to get this in the microwave, and I will meet you back when I get this soft and ready to move on to the next phase. Okie dokie. Okay, so we're back, and I did these sweet potatoes, and they did discolor a little bit, but they're not going to hurt anything. I did these in 2-minute intervals. I did 2 minutes, stirred it up, put it back in 2 minutes, stirred it up again, and then the last 2 minutes. So I'm just going to pour these into my mixer. This is like super duper hot. Okay. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to crack one of the eggs in there to help mix it up a little bit. And I'm going to add the applesauce in here just to where it's got a little bit of liquid with the egg in here to help get the sweet potatoes mashed up a little bit. So I used 1/4 cup of unsweetened applesauce, and I'm going to be using 2 large eggs, but I just put one in there right now. So I'm going to get this stirring a little bit, and then I'll add the other one. A little bit to get these mixed up. Sometimes with cooking them on the stove, it will actually be a lot better to soften them, but I just figured I would try I never heard about microwaving them, but I figured I would give it a try. little bit. I'm going to go ahead and put this other egg in there. Okay, so it's pretty well pureed. There's a little bit of chunks in there. I'm not super worried about that. So the next thing that I'm going to add is I have 2.5 cups of wheat flour. So I'm going to add this in there now, just a little bit at a time. Smells like baby food. All of the flour in there. You basically want it to where it's not absolutely sticky. Just kind of have to work with it a little bit. I'm going to get this flour off the edges there a little bit. And it's, excuse me. And it's get, that flour got to me. Okay, I'm going to get a spatula. I'm going to get this off here. Now, I still have a little bit of flour left in my bowl, probably about 1/4 cup. What I'm going to do is I'm going to get this off of my... Can't see what I'm talking about here. I'm gonna take all this off of here, get it in the bowl, and then I'll probably pour, I'll bring you back, but I'll pour this in there and mix it with my little spatula thing, because you want it to form into the ball, and it's really sticky at this point, and so now it's kind of, you can't use the mixer, you have to do it by hand now. And then once we get that done, we'll take it over to the table, kind of roll it out a little bit, and get our cookie cutters out. So I'll bring you back when I get this in the bowl and we get it off of the blender mixers. Okay, I got it all off the mixers. This is even harder because this is like messing with slime, but like thick slime. So I'm going to get all this out of the bowl and onto the table, and we'll work with it on our hands there. This is still pretty, I mean, you can kind of see when I pull it apart. Yeah, it's a little, you can roll it into a ball, but I want to get a little bit more flour in there before I get it all rolled out for the cookie cutter. So let me transition over to the table and I'll bring you right back. Okay, here we are. So here is our big mess, and I'm actually going to take some of this and put it up there that I have left. And we're going to try to get as much as we possibly can out of this bowl. some of this is really sticky and it's going to stick to your hands. So I would advise not wearing any jewelry if you make this. All right, so that's the rest of our flour. Get some of it on my hands, and I'm basically just going to knead the dough. Get all my little fixings in there, so that way I'm not wasting anything. All right, this is still a little bit sticky, but it's in our form that we need. Just let me get this out of the way. Okay, now I'm gonna get a little bit more flour, get my rolling pin, and I'll be right back. Okay, so I have about a half a cup. I'm not gonna use all of this. I'm basically just gonna take some of it so I can roll my rolling pin in it. And then I just wanted to put some down onto the table for when I roll this guy out here. Put a little bit on top, kind of roll him around. Now, I don't have a dog cookie cutter, so I'm just going to use this because these are little dogs, so I'm probably going to take them and cut them in half and just have them look like triangles. I'm going to get it to where it's about, I don't know, not super thick, but not super thin. I'll know when I get there. But we're just gonna keep working out the dough. And it's really thick, and it's nice because it's going pretty well. And I just like to flip it only because if one side's sticky, then you're really not gonna know unless you flip it over or you lean these up to see just how well your dough is doing. So when you're rolling this out, just be really careful that your dough is kind of on the floury side, just so when you flip it over, it's not gonna, or even when you look at it, it's not gonna stick to your table and then it's Hades trying to get it off the table. Oops, I rolled that out a little thin. It's alright. Okay, I think that's pretty good. It's thick and it's not gonna stay in this form very long. And you can see the chunks and the pieces of the excuse me. You can see all the little chunks and the pieces of the sweet potato, so that's really, really nice. I think that'll make it look a little bit different. So I'm gonna get one cut so we can kind of go from there. I'm trying to figure out where I want to start, maybe in this corner here because it's more of a straight line. And I'm just going to peel this back a little bit. And so it's not super thick, but I think that's a good size. I mean, if it's in my hand. So I'm just going to cut these out real quick, and then I'll transfer them onto I did a pan right here, cookie sheet, and I just put a piece of parchment paper on there so that way they don't stick. So I'm just going to get these all cut up and I'll bring you back when I get done. Well, I got 2 cookie sheets full and I still have this and that little bit of heaping pile to go. So I'm going to get these in the oven. They're going to go in for about 35 to 45 minutes. I'm going to set my timer for about 30 minutes and check on them and see how much longer I have to cook them. So I'll bring you back when they are all nice and toasty and I take them out of the oven. Hey, so I'm back. I jumped in the shower really quick. I thought, oh, I got 45 minutes or 35 minutes. I can go take a shower real quick. So I came back, just got out of the shower. It's been 15 minutes and I could smell them. So I thought, hey, I'm going to check on these real quick. I'm so glad that I did. So that recipe was like totally wrong, and I'm just gonna have to like look that recipe back up and leave a comment because it was totally not even 45 minutes. It was only 15 minutes. So I did it 15 minutes at 325. So I'm gonna show you what these bad boys look like. They look so good. And they just look like little cheddar chips. Okay, sorry about that. Minor complication. Okay, so they went in there for about 15 minutes and they're nice golden brown. Some of them actually puffed up. I can actually touch them. I've had them out of the oven for just a couple minutes. But yeah, they're like little mini Cheez-Its. I bet, you know, humans can eat these just as much as animals can. Okay, so yeah, I can't wait to deliver these tomorrow to my sister. See, some got a little bit more brown on the bottoms, but that's okay. They look absolutely great. I cannot wait to take these to the dogs. So, yeah. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Give me that thumbs up, subscribe to my channel. I'm going to be making a couple more videos. I actually have a couple more dog recipes. I'm going to be doing one on some peanut butter dog treats, and I'm going to be doing some on a banana peanut butter, I believe, dog treat. So yeah, I hope that you guys all have a blessed day. Thanks for watching.